A warm namaste and big hello to all of you amazing and beautiful people out there. Welcome back to my channel and welcome to this collective reading. So in this particular session, let's find out what source wants us all to know. And actually the energy that's popping out a lot is of a person who has a lot of potential, a person who has a lot of abilities. I can sense that despite your talents and despite your abilities, despite all of the wonderful qualities you possess, your good energy, someone talks bad about you, and someone or some people talk bad about you and they try to tarnish your image. But you are working on cultivating empathy and compassion for other people because you have experienced loneliness. You have experienced a lot of pain in your life, so you understand, these people are just getting triggered by you because they cannot do what you are doing in life. You have become very polite, you speak very nicely and respectfully with people. And at the same time, when you see someone playing games with you, or in general people who are quite manipulative and not very clear, you are able to talk to them with a lot of sternness, without using any abusive words or without using anything very negative or demeaning, but you're able to talk it out with people, or you're able to speak face to face with people. In today's world, most people carry a lot of facades and they wear a lot of masks on their faces. So your authenticity and your honesty is literally like fresh air. And when anyone comes face to face with you, you are able to read their energy very well. You're able to sense who they are. So maybe this could be a reason why some people have some people only, these people are not very close to you, because I think whosoever I'm channeling, you don't mingle with so many people. You don't like to waste your time or energy with people as such. But what I can sense is that you do need to be more aware. You're already in awareness, but you need to be more aware of your thoughts, because your thoughts are very powerful. And your thoughts are also connected to the moon energy. So moon is something even if everything is going fine and moon is not fine, moon is connected to in Hindi we use the word man. So in English, that would not become heart, that would actually be mind only. So your mind can actually fool you, your mind can take you into very negative places. So you should have a straight emotional quotient where you don't allow yourself to move around too much, because if you're going to move around too much, then what's going to happen is that the emotional state will not be as good as how it should be, because this is one thing, the only thing that can disturb you or take you away from whatever you're doing is your emotional state. And I'm sensing that you are struggling with a certain energy. It could be the mother energy, it could be father energy also, but you're struggling with a certain energy, or it could be a feeling that constantly haunts you, like you're not good enough, or you're all by yourself, nobody really takes care of you, nobody really loves you. So you do feel that other people around you are very selfish. Other people, they don't really care for you as such, they don't care for you. They're just words and verbal stuff they say, but they don't really care for you. And someone around you, you have a lot of expectation from this person, but this person keeps breaking your expectations. So now you are getting more and more connected with God because of this. Your communion with happening with source, because you have realized that all relationships at the end of the day, they don't make you happy. You specifically, I'm talking about. The energy that is very strong today is of a person who has realized this, that other people, whosoever it is, mother, father, brother, sister, husband, wife, lover, best friend, when it really is very important, emotionally, when you need something or someone, they are not really there for you. They may be there even sometimes, there as in sitting there in front of you, but you don't feel that they acknowledge you fully, because your thoughts, your mind is very different also at the same time. Now this mind should not go into negativity. Like, you should not have negative thoughts, too much negative thoughts, because then they will weaken your sun energy also. Okay, the solar is masculine and moon is connected to feminine, the emotional part of you. And when you're emotionally not very strong, then automatically whatever you've done physically or as a provider in terms of making money, that also starts getting affected. Like, I saw a very interesting video today, and in that video it was shown that how a loving thought can make you like the strongest person in this world, and a negative thought of guilt or shame can actually take your strength away. So there are these two men. So one of them is probably a coach or a healer. He asked this man to keep his hands straight like this, and he tells him to remember a thought where he's very loved and cared for, and think about that person or situation who makes him very happy. And this man is thinking about that thought, and he becomes very strong, like he's immovable at that point in time. And when he thinks about the negative thought, the thought that makes him guilty or shameful, he has no physical strength. So these guilt laden thoughts, these are the works of devil. The devil always wants you to think that you are not good enough, you are not loved, you're not nice, you're this, you're that, all the negative things about you. The devil always puts people into guilt and shame. So what we call devil energy or demonic energy in English, in Hindi we call it Rakshasi Shakti or Asuri Shakti, Asuri Urja. So in the word itself, the word Asur itself means the one who is without any sur. Sur means tune, a tuneless person, an untuned, not an attuned person. Okay, not a person with any intuition. These people don't have any soul. So if you're constantly in talks with people who are extremely materialistic, it is not going to be an easy ride for you to spend time with them. So if you're in love with such a person who's very materialistic, or love is not always romantic in nature. In platonic relationship also, if you really truly love someone and you're constantly trying to spend time with them, you're constantly meeting them, you're constantly hanging around with them, you will always feel pulled down and drained by that person's energy. So they will take away the trust you have in your abilities, and that is what this whole channeling is all about, because I'm also being shown the number 2030. 2030 is a powerful, very, very powerful message from the angelic realm, and this is one of the numbers which is shown to people when they are feeling low but they have a strong connection with ascended masters, they have a strong, very strong connection with source. Then this number is shown to them in various ways. Like, I've seen it so many times, so I realized that yes, other people also see it. In fact, it was very interesting. Once I was in a cab, okay, I just took a cab, it was an Uber, and I was feeling absolutely nice, like there was nothing that I was going through. And as soon as I sat in the cab, I saw the number 2030, okay, and I was like, interesting that this number has been given to me right now. So I thought a lot, and there was nothing as such, okay. So I was like, okay, maybe for some other time it's been shown to me. And at that point only, I don't know why, but a lot of Uber drivers, they share with me. They always share with me. Not all of them, those who are spiritually very mature or those who have some really good energy going on, and it's not necessary they do chanting or meditation. Sometimes people in common jobs and regular lifestyle also, they have very good energy. Their karma is so pure. If it's a very family oriented person, very responsible person who's always working very hard, not making money by any wrong means, like even 1 rupee they will not cheat of another person, those kind of people are also very high vibrating souls. And God has placed a lot of people in different parts of the world, so we should never look down upon any occupation or any person. Anybody, walking down on the street could be a wonderful soul, literally an angel in flesh. So this person who was this in the cab, he was trying to tell me something about his life, but he was kind of feeling a bit low, and I don't know why, but suddenly I asked him this same question, that are you doubting your your own abilities. And he said, oh my god, this is exactly how I'm feeling right now. And then he started talking about, how he feels that he's not good enough, and he used the same language, like he's not able to trust in whatever he's doing, and he's not able to do stuff that is helping his family out in the best possible way, and all those things. And he was going through a lot of comparison. He was saying that, those other people are doing so well, but I'm not doing well, etc., etc. And I was like, so this 2030 was actually shown for him. So then I started having a talk with him, and I also told him that when I entered, as soon as I sat in the cab, I saw the number 2030. And the craziest part was when I was leaving, I saw 2233. 2233 is a number which is also a very, very strong sign. So in this same conversation, how is this possible that I saw two numbers which were literally for the same guy? So for, I think, 2233 also, it talks about success and responsibility, balance. So as soon as that man got into balance, he actually started seeing, he started talking about stuff like, oh yes, that's working out for me, or that's in the pipeline, and this is really good for me. Oh yes, I'm so lucky, I have the best family, I have the best partner, my family is very simple, they're not demanding. So he started focusing on all the good things that he has in his life. He was feeling very grateful and he was very happy. So you see how these numbers work sometimes. They just are so amazing. And I'm telling you, in the same day, once your inner work becomes really good, no matter what you're thinking, no matter what you're doing, no matter where you are, you will see a unique number flashing somewhere, somehow. Either on your phone, either on the laptop, either on the watch, if you have the digital clock, or maybe some newspaper, some hoarding. It will always catch your attention, and it will be like the specific number that you need. Like sometimes it can happen you're seeing two numbers, but the other number is not for you. So your attention will go on the one that is for you. So anyway, I did see this number while talking to you guys also. So I thought that I must tell you this story of the cab driver. So yes, 2030 is actually a reminder from your angels, your ascended masters. Your ascended masters are so powerful. In fact, your angels are also helping your ascended masters, because your ascended masters are so powerful, so powerful, so divine, that first of all, they are not in the cycle of life and death. And secondly, the ascended masters can actually reincarnate when even Vishnu and Lakshmi cannot reincarnate, because Vishnu and Lakshmi cannot enter the dark ages due to the energy, the frequency imbalance. Their frequency is too high to get reincarnated. And masters, they can go through any time, they can go anywhere, and still they choose to be born as humans. So such high vibrating souls coming down to earth as human beings. They live on earth as human beings, and when they go back again, that's when they become ascended masters. So they are very, very powerful people. And this message that they are showing to you right now is, first of all, they want you to trust in yourself, believe in yourself, not get affected by anyone's negativity. Okay, there will be some people who are negative Nancy's. There will be some people who are always going to pull you down. There will always be some people who will always make you get into, comparisons and feeling bad. They'll always remind you that you depend on others, or you're not good enough, or they will always talk about themselves. Like when you're having a conversation with a hardcore, cold-blooded narcissist, the narcissist is going to only talk about themselves, their stories. Even if they've told you that story 10 times before, but they will tell you the 11th time, 101 times, 500 times, 1000 times, they don't care. And they'll always tell you that story just when you are telling them something important. They don't listen to anyone. Like they don't listen, they have no empathy. And if you're raised by such narcissists, then your whole life would be about seeking acknowledgement and validation from other people. So every time you're out there to share something, maybe your experience, you're not praising yourself, or you're not saying, oh, I'm the best, I'm the greatest, I'm flawless. Maybe you're just sharing what happened with you. but they cannot listen to you. If your mother and your father never listened in to you, never acknowledged you, never bothered about you, then you will keep attracting similar people, or when you come to the stage of inner work, you will get triggered by the same people who have raised you. It could be mother, father, or it could be any other adult figure. It could be uncle, auntie, or someone, who has a lot of hold on you. You will get very triggered by them, and you probably would say it to them, and they will not like to hear it. Okay, they will not like to hear it. So they will always do something. Every time they leave, every time they are stepping out away from you in your physical reality, they will always leave you feeling bad about yourself. You will feel drained, you will feel guilty, you will feel guilty for being yourself. And they want you to depend on them, they want you to always be clingy. So they don't like it when you're so free, they don't like it when you're not depending on them. So they'll always tell you things which will put you in fear. As much as they make you feel like you're not their responsibility, they don't support you, they don't care about you, but they also like to see when someone is in their weak moments and they are literally clinging on to them for support and help. See, if they really wanted to help you, if they really wanted to support you, and this is not to make you negative, I always tell people to forgive those people, because as soon as you forgive those people, you get detached. Okay, but then there are always levels. Okay, so for example, you need them to water your plants, okay, or you need them because they help you out with your child. Those who have children, those who don't have children, let's take the example of plants or say pets. You need them to maybe water your plants, or just be around your pet, or just have a check on the pet, or if it's a child, then maybe just help you a little bit with the child. But they are like, I can't do it. Like, they initially they tell you yes, they'll do it. Actually, they should do it, they should be able to do it, because you're a family, because it's as much as it's your responsibility, they also have a role to play in your life, because you're also part of their life, but they will not do it. Now maybe you also attract a partner like that, who's very similar, who's totally absent in your life, who has no role to play, who's like a ghost like figure, or who's like a shadow. Okay, you attract such a person who makes you feel truly unloved. So you somehow manage to get away from that story, and now you depend on these people for something or the other, because you're trying to break free. You have to make money, you have to run your house, you have to pay your bills, or if it's not about the money, then even if you go out to earn money, you need to give your time. Okay, you need to give your time or your energy. So say you depend on them, but every time you depend on them for something, it's always argument, negativity. And say when you come back from work, or when you've come back from somewhere else, like somewhere else you went to, maybe you are working from home, but you need to go out sometimes. When you come back, you have more burden to take care of. Like, you come back home thinking, oh, I'm gonna rest for like 1 hour and do this, do that. But when you come back, there's a bigger mess. When you ask these people what happened, and these are all example, guys, some of you may not resonate with the exact example, but I'm trying to tell you so that energetically you can fit in your story with it as well, and then maybe the situations will match. So you come back and there's a bigger mess, and you go like, oh my god, this is not what I wanted. And this keeps happening, like it's not happening for the first time. So you go through it 1, 2, 3, 4. Finally there comes a time, 5, 6, 7 times, where you are like done with it. You're sick of it, you can't take it anymore, and finally you speak up. Finally you say, hey, you're supposed to help me out. For once, can you support me on this, or take a stand for me, or do this for me, or do that for me? And that's when they make you feel the worst. Like, why did you even speak about it? Why did you even talk about it? For example, you're unwell, okay? And you only depend on other people when you're unwell. Like, that is the most human thing to do. Any human being deserves to be taken care of when they're unwell, they are in pain, or they're sick, something like that. So for example, you're really unwell, and this is the one time you really want to take someone's help, okay? And you decide to ask for that help or favor, and you say, okay, this is what it is, I'm really unwell, I have very high fever running, I have this, that, can you please stand by me, take care of me, and this and that. And they come over, and when you're unwell, you actually feel like you have to take care of them. So you are taking medicines, you're taking pills, you're not able to rest, because you're constantly babying the person who's supposed to take care of you. So even when you're unwell, you realize that this person is making it worse for you. Or they'll do one thing, they'll come and sit with you for 2 hours and then they will leave. Like, they will not show any kindness, any mercy is not even the right word here, any kindness, any compassion, any humanity, because they're related to you, they're your own people. Or maybe it's like a best friend and you're always there for this friend of yours, always there, but whenever you need this friend, this person is never there for you. Like, if you are there for them all the times, they are never there for you even once or twice. So it really hurts you and is beginning to hurt you. So say you're unwell and this situation happens and you're feeling horrible, you're in pain, you're crying, you're on medicines. So eventually you realize that this person is worse to have around when you need them the most. So you stop calling them or you stop needing them. You start working on your health, you start working on your mental space. You decide not to bring this person in at all. So now, after a long time, you've say fallen ill again, and you don't tell this person that, hey, I'm unwell or whatever it is, because every time you're going to tell them, they're going to make it worse for you. And imagine you're unwell and you're crying for something, you're crying for love, you're crying for attention, or they will breadcrumb you even in your worst places. Like I just gave you the example. If you ask them, can you come over for say 2 days and just stay with me? They'll say okay, and during that time they'll keep visiting other friends. They'll sit with you for 2 hours, they'll go out, come back again, go out. So you're opening the door, you're closing the door, or they are constantly on the phone, and like, it's a very bad space to be in. And these are example, guys. If you have gone through some similar situations, you can talk about it. So when a person constantly gets breadcrumbed, 2 things will happen. One is that they will outgrow from that and they'll become more independent. They will create some tools, maybe friends, or maybe they'll get into some better relationship. But before they attract those tools and modalities, or they attract those people who are better than those people, those who are breadcrumbing them, there will be a phase where they have to cope up by themselves. There will be that one phase where they have to completely rely on source, like completely. Like, source is there and source is gonna take care of me. Okay, or you will become so vulnerable, or you will be so proud of your vulnerability that instead of speaking to that particular person who has a very bad habit of breadcrumbing you, or has a very bad habit of doing the Chinese whisper in the wrong way, like you tell them something about someone and they will go to other people and give a completely different story, which is a totally false account. So you start removing this person in the middle because you no longer trust this person. You realize that every time you share something with this person, or every time you try to talk to this person in a positive way, or even when you have an argument, they will exaggerate it, or they will, like, this person is the exaggerator, or this person is very good in creating sympathy. They're very good in creating a social scene or a public scene where they look like the person who's going through a lot for you, but when they're alone with you, they will do the opposite. So you can see their face, and if you confront them about these things, like, you know what, you're different with me in front of others and you're different with me when you're alone, so I know what you're doing to me, then also they will tell you that you are crazy. This is the time you'll hear them speaking in a loud voice, or calling things, like saying things, calling names actually to you, or losing their cool. Now, if you had one person like that in your life and they have the habit of poisoning everyone against you, or maybe you saw that dynamic happen to one of your parent while you were growing up, like one of your parent was actually the very nice person, but publicly or socially or even in the household, they were always seen as the villain, while the actual villain was always seen like the hero and most loved and lovable and loving, and everyone was pitying them, sympathy was given, empathy was given, while the other one, who's more of the nicer nature, is constantly being projected as the bad person, because they are more open in showing who they are, or they gotten into a lot of addiction patterns. So something or the other has played in your life even in childhood, which is now playing in adulthood. Maybe at that time you were the one watching the movie, and now you feel like you're a part of that movie, you're a character in that movie. So you got to learn from these things, and I think this channeling is also there to help you, because every channeling that we are doing, we are trying to talk about the negative situations that you're going through, but we are also trying at the same time and making the balance evident, that if you blame these people too much, or if you blame the situations too much, or if you blame, then the moon energy will get affected. It will pull you down. Exactly what they are there to show you. So instead of getting affected or impacted by these people, don't get affected by them, don't get impacted by them, don't listen to them in the way you have been listening to them. I mean, they can talk whatever they want to talk, but if you come into your own energy, your own balance, you'll have tons of things to do. You'll not have time for their whatever time wasting things or time wasting talks, because actually how people waste time is not by simply talking to people, but by believing what people say and then wasting their time on doing things which actually prove them right. So you don't have to prove them right anymore. You got to trust in yourself. You got to believe in yourself. You got wonderful potentials. You are the owner of great qualities, talents, skills, abilities. Everything is there. But your main work, main job out here is to be you. And that you can do via source integration. Okay, the other day I had made a channeling for Starseed Twinflame combo. Please watch it, because I think most people who attract with my content are like that. We all attract each other in the same way. All those people who are vibrating in the same energy. The main message for all the star seeds on this planet, all the twin flames, is to fix whatever is in your reality. Like, you don't have to fix the earth, you don't have to fix everything else, you just have to fix what's around you not working, and by doing that you can actually fix the world. Okay, and first step to fix it is accept what it is. Like, if something is dirty, it's dirty, accept it. The basement is dirty, you got to go in the basement and you have to clean it. The gutter is dirty, or the sink is blocked, maybe you have a lot of clutter. Now this is in your closest vicinity and periphery, right? So say you have clutter in one of the rooms, or you have everything disorganized in one of the rooms, or there's some dampness somewhere, or maybe from some place the rats are coming in and making things dirty. There is some issue going on somewhere, there's a leakage somewhere, or there's a electrical issue somewhere. Now these are very small things in your periphery. You got to fix them one by one. You have to make a list that these are the things I need to fix, and you fix them one by one, and you do it how you can do it by yourself. Make sure you do those things first, and anything else, like 100%, you have to be sure that you don't need anybody's help in those things. So you do those things yourself, and the things that you need help with, then you look for the right people. Instead of asking for help from people who don't support you, don't encourage you, are always negative, to have them around in your periphery. Even if you are so much in love with them, you deeply love them, you just like to be with them, so you're also giving them these excuses or reasons, like, I'm not well, or I need your help with this, can you stay over, can you come to me, I need to talk to someone. When we do these things, this is where we are not growing, this is where we are stuck, and that's happening because we don't trust ourselves, because we have believed in the narrative that you're not good enough by yourselves. So in certain things you have to do it yourself, and then automatically, once you're in the right energy, right vibration, you're going to attract people who will be the same vibrational match to you, and then you will understand what I'm saying in a much better, more practical way. Okay, as of now you need to just understand this part, that the angels are telling you that you're growing, you're expanding, you're a sensitive person, you're very cooperative, you're very harmonious, you're also very balanced, you believe in service, you believe in donation, you believe in charity, and the original true charity, because in today's world people have converted donation also into a business. Okay, and you can manifest your soul mission and life purpose, you are capable. Okay, but the only thing that is stopping you is lack of trust in your own potentials. So this is it, guys. I hope I have given you the right examples. You are here to do your thing, but you all fit the big picture. Okay, so everybody is going to do their own thing in their own reality, and that's how they will create the big picture, and they will solve the big puzzle. That's what it means actually. You are the piece that solves the puzzle. Okay, so when you fix your energy, automatically you are fixing the whole planet's energy. All right, so this is where I'm going to close this particular session. Thank you so much for being here with me. I will see you soon in another one. One love, peace out, and Jai Shri Ram.